Welcome to Unserious Toast. I'm Toast. Let's be unserious. Today we're going to talk about 10 luxury cars and their coffee orders. The Lamborghini Temerario's order would be an iced pistachio latte with cold foam. Now, they're going to order this with complete and total confidence and with their whole hood call it fuel, saying that they order it for the protein. Well, I woke up in this Bugatti FKP. Now, this one doesn't simply order coffee. They have a private coffee importer that's sent to their favorite cafe. Now, this coffee is going to be a single origin pour over from a coffee brand that sources their beans from some volcanic region that only makes like 30 bags a year. Of course, they want the water temperature to be exactly 93 Celsius. This card says things like, I can taste the altitude, or it rained really hard during this batch. This brings us to the Ferrari 125S. Now, their order is going to be a doppio espresso, no sugar, all right? They're going to drink it standing on their back tires, and they're going to be finished before anyone else has a chance to sit down. Now, they judge people for sure, but they do it secretly because they have something called decorum, all right? But they especially judge people who order Americanos. Here we have the Rolls-Royce Spectre. Now, this car doesn't actually drink coffee. I know, okay? But they do own a very prestigious espresso machine that was imported from Italy and that was actually custom made for them. But do they use it? Only for company. Their order is always going to be Earl Grey tea, okay? And it's going to be loose leaf Earl Grey tea. And so, yes, technically, should they not be on the list? Maybe, but I felt that I didn't want to discriminate just because they didn't actually drink the coffee, okay? So they do own the machine. I think that should actually count for something. The Bentley R-Type Continental 1952. Their coffee order is going to be a regular drip coffee. That's it. From an percolator, old school. All right. Black. Don't want any cream. Don't want any sugar. Don't want any of that frou-frou nonsense. Okay. They've tried these newfangled coffees and they're like, this ain't it. They love to say things like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, they always pay in cash, exact cash. So they're not picky, they're very simple, and they don't want any fuss or frills. All right. We have the Porsche Turbo S. The order is going to be a flat white. It's going to be a flat white. They're going to stand there and they're going to look at the menu and they're going to try to think about ordering something different. And guess what? Every single time it comes back to the flat white. Now, when they get to the cafe, it's always going to be at the exact same time. It's going to be at 8:02 in the morning, and they're going to leave at 8:11 in the morning. Again, it never fails. All right. They are creatures of habit, and they are starting to learn to accept themselves for who they are. Not once have they ever spilled their drink, and they always drink from the cup in the exact same spot. All right, you're not going to find coffee stains all over the rim of the cup. It's going to be in the same exact spot. Now, yes, they have money, but you know what? They're going to use that rewards app every single time. Why? Because they never leave money on the table. It's not going to happen. Let's go, Mercedes Vision Gran Turismo. Now, their order is going to be a nitro cold brew with caramel swirl. Okay, they like it simple, but they still like a little pizzazz. Now, on the personality front, they're going to be the type to explain the extraction science of a nitro cold brew, even though no one asked. They're going to have their preferred temperature, the coarseness of the beans, and the length of time, and even their own preferred straining methods. Now, they actually do dabble at this at home. They don't just go out and get it or ask their, staff to make it for them. They actually take a lot of pride in making their own nitro brew at home, which they make sure to share and talk excessively about at dinner parties. The Jaguar Type Double O's order is going to be a half calf iced latte. All right. The caffeine seems to have an effect on them no matter what time of day they drink it. So they had to find a balance there. However, they should be ordering it with some form of alternative milk, but they have not been able to come to terms with the effect that it has on their muffler. So they will continue to order it regular and suffer the consequences later. They do like to mix in 2.5 packets of sugar. Now, they don't throw away the half a packet remaining. They are pretty conscientious of waste, so they save that half a packet in the glove compartment and use it for their next coffee. So for this Ron Double N Scorpion, I feel like this one right here, this one's dangerous. Their morning coffee is going to look like a black quad iced Americano. And by the afternoon, and when I say the afternoon, I actually mean 10:30 a.m., they're going to order an espresso martini and they'll call it productivity. Get with the program. Now, this Lamborghini Cyan FKP, now they're going to have two types of orders. They're going to have their public one and they're going to have their private one. Their public one is a single espresso, solo espresso, if you will. They're going to sip it and drink it in front of people, but in actuality, inside, they're choking that down, all right? Their actual order, when no one's looking, is going to be a caramel frappe with extra whipped cream. Will they ever admit it to anyone? Absolutely not. And they're going to order it through the app so that nobody actually sees them doing it. And that now brings us to the Salted Butter Toast Awards. This category will be which car was most likely to ask if the beans are of single origin. The answer to that may or may not actually surprise you. The Lamborghini Cyan is taking this award, and the reason being, if you remember, is because they order their solo espresso. Now, in order to keep the facade going, they're going to want to look like they know exactly what they're talking about and what exactly they want. So they're going to ask if whether or not this is a single origin. They're going to ask where it was actually harvested in order to keep the facade. So, yes, they are indeed the winners of this category. Until next time, stay unserious. Please. Thank you.